Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Kristen Kelbart, and I'm the spiritual director and senior minister here. Right now, all of our offerings are.
Good morning. Welcome. We're so grateful to be with you today. I'm Jennifer Russell.
I'm Michael Gayle.
We're going to sing Opening Up in Sweet. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I'm opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. Oh, and let's take a moment to go within to that universe right here within our hearts. The beloved presence I am. Recognizing the oneness of all life right here within my heart. And let's open our hearts to each other. I see you, I recognize you, and I honor you.
My name is Kathleen Benjamin, and I'm a licensed practitioner at Centers for Spiritual Living. Here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, we are actively co-creating a world that evolves through the power of service, prayer, and play, a world that works for everyone. We celebrate all paths that lead to the recognition of the divine. We honor shamanism as a path of the inward journey and soul travel. We honor Hinduism as a path of recognizing the divine in each person. We honor Judaism as a path of law. We honor Taoism as a path recognizing the perfect order and balance of the universe. We honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and peace. We honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. We honor Islam as a path of constant prayer. We honor Baha'i as a path recognizing the oneness of all religion. We honor New Thought as a path of healing and the power of the mind. We honor you and what brought you here today. Richest blessings. Welcome. So now is our time for our invocation. Join me as we turn within. How grateful I am for this moment and for this brand new day that has never happened before. How grateful I am to know the absolute truth of my being, to know that I am one with the one, that power and that presence that is God, that power and that presence that is spirit, that power and that presence that is Mother, Father, God. I am one with it. There are so many names for this power and this presence, and we know that there is not one name that can contain it because it is the allness and it is the only thing that there is. It's everywhere present. And so I call it spirit, I call it love, I call it Allah, I call it Buddha, I call it Krishna, I call it joy. This one power and then this one presence that is absolutely everywhere is the absolute source of my life. And I know that if this is true for me, it's true for you, that right where you are, God is. There is no place where God is not. So this one power and this one presence allows us to recognize that we are one with the one, that we are one planet, we are one love, we are one tribe, we are one people, that we are all one with the one, all the creatures of the planet. Mother, Father, God, source of all creation. How wonderful it is to bask in the truth of who we are, knowing that this one power and this one presence that is the only thing that there is, and it's the source of my life and the source of your life. We lean into this unified field of awareness, knowing that there is no otherness. We stand united, unified as the one that I am presence, that I am. And it is from this place that I bless this service today, knowing that we are grateful for Reverend Kristen's. Yes, we are grateful as Susan comes forth with a beautiful message today about faith. We are grateful for the music, knowing that we are changed by hearing it all, because all of this is a divine expression and unfolding of God. How grateful I am to know the knower that knows and to know the absolute truth of all things. And so today I declare and send a mighty blessing out to all those who may have lost loved ones, knowing that there is only the love of God and that it is infinite and that there is no otherness. We know that there is no end to the love of God. And so I send a mighty blessing of love and joy and peace and strength out to the planet, knowing that we celebrate this day today, that we are the ones who have been called for this moment. We are the ones who have been called to express during this time. We have been called to love during this time. We've been called to be in joy of this time. We have been called to sing, to create, to speak, to share, to love. And so it is during this time of love that we stand in our faith, we stand in our knowing of knowing the true nature of who we are. We are powerful, we are graceful, we are joyous, we are the very presence of God. And so I rejoice and know that there's a celebration happening right here and right now, and that is the celebration of the full expression of God, knowing that all needs are being met, that everything that's being needed is being drawn onto you in this moment. And so as we go forward into this service, we do so in joy and in open awareness and in peace. For this and so much more, I am grateful, grateful, grateful. And I release this word into the ever-loving living law that always says yes. For this and so much more, I am grateful. And so it is. Amen. Om. Ashe.
I am a canoe in the river of life. I follow the current, I am stable, I am light.
Good morning, loves. I'm Susan Elizabeth Espinosa, and I'm a prayer practitioner in training here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. And it is so my honor to be here this morning, this good God morning, to be able to share with you this topic on facing the fear, a question of faith. It's a new month, and we're taking a look at some pretty deep subjects, which are very timely, right? I mean, we all are experiencing the uncertainty of these times, not knowing what's coming next, and really what a challenge it has been for us to not be able to meet physically. I'm so grateful that we have Zoom and these technologies that allow us to continue to be connected in this way, because I truly do know that the Holy Presence is present right through this technology, right through me, into you and into your home. But I know it doesn't make up for not getting a hug or not getting to see each other, but we'll be able to do that again. And so in the meantime, what we're doing now is using this beautiful technology for us to reach into you and you into us and share our hearts and share our experiences, and particularly on this subject of fear and faith. It, for me, is very personal. I have a story of how I came to Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, and it first starts off with a lot of fear. So 2 years ago, I had a health experience that led me to the ER. It surprised me to be in this position. I didn't see it coming. And that night, when I was in the ER being lovingly attended to by all these strangers, there was a tremendous amount of fear because I didn't understand what was happening or how it gotten so bad so fast. And so on this subject of fear, and then we'll move into faith, because faith is very much a part of this story. Well, the fear was experienced by me like being on an ocean, a very turbulent, very violent ocean, big waves of fear that were just crashing all around me. I've kind of come to call that primal fear. Like, it's not just, fear, simpler fears. This is like right in the being of your soul. Very serious. And so what would happen is I would cry out. Internally, I would cry out for help, something I was not used to doing. I'm usually the one who's helping other people, so for me to cry out in help is a new experience and something I'm still learning to do, not having to cry out, hopefully getting ahead of it before it's that bad, but really knowing that there is such support around me and around you through everyone that I have met at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. So that night, as the waves would crash around me, I would call out. It was the only thing I knew to do at that time. I would cry out, I would call out, help me, help me, help me. And this incredible experience, energy of perfect calm would just settle into my soul, settle throughout my body. In this space of perfect and deep calm, those waves of terror just didn't exist. They weren't even a thought. It was as if this deep calm was always there. I just didn't know it. And I realized that my mind would then go back to the old conditioning of fear. And I had every right to be afraid. I was in a hell of an experience, and not knowing what would happen. So I would then get afraid again, and then cry out again, and that beautiful calming energy would come in. And I can remember kind of like looking around and going, my goodness, it's so calm in here. And so I did this for 12 hours, the fear waves, the crying out, the calm. In our beautiful teaching, Science of Mind textbook on page 218, it says, we must still maintain a calm serenity of thought. Well, I have to say, I think that's what the Divine Presence was doing with me in those 12 hours of that terror and calm experience. There's something we talk about in these teachings called providing a demonstration, meaning a manifestation of what it is that you're thinking about and believing about, and then how it shows up out in the world. I believe that the divine presence was beginning to show me what a demonstration looks like when it's coming from faith and not from the conjuring of my own mind. So what I'd like to take a look at is the definition of faith. So the definition being, dictionary definition. And I actually have a different definition for myself. Because of what I've experienced, I feel like faith is a little bit more, the definition of it, human for me, and what it is to have all of your emotions and your fears connected to the experience of faith. And so here is the dictionary, I guess, definition of faith: complete trust or confidence in someone or something. And it's the Science of Mind textbook, page 481. It says, to trust in the law of good is to constantly believe that we are surrounded by a power which can and will cast out all fear from our minds, free us from bondage, and set us safe and satisfied in a new order of living. Okay, that is really powerful stuff, to cast out all fear. I believe that's what was happening that night. As I would cry out, as I would clear my mind through the calling out for help to God, and then this presence would come over of deep calm, there was a demonstration saying, this is what it looks like to have the kind of calm when you're calling out in faith, in trust that that presence is there and always has been. So my personal definition goes back to proof. Apparently I've needed a lot of proof in my life because I've had a lot of wacky things happen, but nothing like this, nothing like that night. So the proof for me is in the demonstration of how the divine has already shown up in my life, and how the divine has always and already shown up in your life. So here's my challenge. I want you to just pause and think for a moment about how many times you've experienced good, because that is God. And maybe I've forgotten about it, particularly in these last several months. Totally easy thing to do. I've forgotten about it on occasion too. And then I remind myself, I'll say to myself, hello, is this the ER? And I'll go, oh no, everything's wonderful. Thank you. It's easy to forget when you feel afraid and uncertain. And in these past few months, you too may have experienced your own turbulent waves. Faith is showing up when you think about what has already been good in your life. One of the teachers we study is Emma Curtis Hopkins, and one of her sayings, which I really, really like, really resonates with me, is, my good is my God, and my God is my good. Like they're interchangeable. You're looking for the good. How can you look for the good? Let's just use this moment right now. You now know a little bit of my story, of what it took for me to get here, to come out of that abyss, from that depth of being and feeling, at least not being, feeling like I was disconnected from support, like I was disconnected from love. Wow, like I was disconnected from God. And then realizing in those moments of deep peace and calm that I actually wasn't disconnected. This was my mind thinking this. And so just think what I have had to overcome to work on my limiting beliefs, as I have been taught so beautifully in these trainings, which I highly recommend. They will change your life. So that I could be here today speaking with you. This is a demonstration of good. And anybody knows me knows that I've had continuously good things kind of ramped up a little bit more, a little bit more. Each one of them comes with a fear, I have to say that, such as public speaking. I'm not someone that wants to public speak. I would not public speak if I didn't feel it was in my soul to do. So I've been given many wonderful and loving and supportive opportunities at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living to speak. And each time, even more good has come out of it. And so I say, faith is built up slowly, step by step. I've definitely always admired people who have that kind of unwavering faith. I, again, don't know if they're just born that way, is their natural state of mind. I am way too emotional for that. I do have to learn slowly and over time. Sometimes I have sudden ahas and I get things, but usually it's a sort of baby step process. Stuff gets to me. I have to say, it is why the teachings of Science of Mind have been so valuable, because you really do begin to understand there is absolutely a loving presence that has always been present in your life. It was there before you existed. It is there right now, and it will be there long after. It is made up of love. It is made up of goodness. It is made up of peace and abundance. And the cool thing is, so are you. When we pray, we always start off with the understanding that God is truly all there is. It is the only thing happening right here, right now, and that you are one. You are one with this goodness. It is a wonderful thing to know then, because you are one, that these qualities of God that I named, the love, the peace, the abundance, is also in you. It is within and it is accessible. But like I say, sometimes it takes a little time to learn that. I am absolutely still fine-tuning my own understanding. I think faith has actually become a bit more of a conversation. I won't say has become, that's how it used to be. It was a bit more of a conversation that I would have in my mind about how to deal with the stress, versus just knowing that all is well. And that phrase, all is well, I'd like to tell you a story, a very meaningful story to me. All is well. So several years ago, when my beautiful kitty Taj had been diagnosed with some kind of a lump on the carotid artery, I was told by the veterinarian at that time that it was almost as if it was stitched in place all the way around, and it would really take, quote, an act of God and the skill of his surgeon hands so that he, Taj, my kitty, would make it through the surgery. Well, that night before his surgery, I was very worried and I was very afraid. Taj was my boy. It meant everything to me, the light of my life. And in my mental worrying, I didn't know what to do with that. And I came across a Joel Osteen sermon. It was so powerful on all is well. And in that process, I learned that ultimately, no matter what happened to Taj's body, that is essence, that is being, that is soul, was well. That he was already loved, cared for, and provided for. And that as his mother, as the one who wants only the best for him, which is sometimes tough, that unconditional love thing. Sometimes it means it's not what's best for you, but it's what's best for what you love. That he would be taken care of. He was already well. All is well, and already was. And that knowing helped me to relax a little bit, helped me to trust in faith that the goodness of God was already present. And I am very happy to say that he miraculously, or not, survived that surgery. And we had several more beautiful years together. That in this understanding of faith, and understanding that you can look back through your life maybe even in current times, to see what goodness has been showing up on your doorstep. I think it's something we have to continually be working on in our mind, this understanding that the goodness is always around us and that we can have trust and faith that it is on our side. How do we begin to also have more consistent trust and faith that the goodness is there, accessible by you, accessible because it is within you? And that is meditation. So you might see the big smile here. I am in a wonderful course called Visioning and Meditation, and Reverend Kristen is currently teaching that. And I have to say, I laugh because I know how valuable meditation is, and then there's the sitting down to do it part. And what I have been so helped with is attending this class because it puts form around showing up for meditation. And it is helping me understand that wonderful relationship between the meditation and the visioning, so that I can connect and continue to connect in a very more real and direct way with God's presence, with the goodness all around me. That goodness, again, is available to you. It comes in many forms. It is the God qualities. And what I want to do right now is take you through a little mini meditation on these God qualities. And so I just invite you, right where you are, to just sit back, relax, go ahead and close your eyes. Closing of your eyes allows you to tune within a little more easily. But if you don't want to close your eyes, that's okay too. But what I really want you to do is just listen to the sound of my voice. This is a calming presence. This is the kind of energy, of deep relaxation that you're feeling in your body. Deep relaxation will allow you to take each one of these God qualities into your being in a very real way, so that you know you have access to each one, and you can begin to build your faith. And as you build your faith, fear has no way to get in, like the waves upon the ocean and the deep calm that I experienced. These God qualities are your shield. And so just take a breath in and out. And breathe in and out. And just find any stress melting away as you sink a little deeper into your relaxation and into your deep calm. And I'm going to read each one of these words, and you're going to breathe them in, and they're going to integrate within every single cell of your body. And so here we go. Abundance. Breathe it in. Breathe in God quality, abundance. And exhale. Balance. Breathe in balance. Breathe in that God quality of balance. And exhale. Beauty. Bring in beauty. Breathe it in. And exhale. Joy. Breathe in joy. And exhale. Love. Breathe love in deeply into every single cell in your body. Love. And exhale. Peace. Breathe in peace. And exhale. Power. Breathe in power. And exhale. truth. Breathe truth deeply in. Every single cell in your body now knows truth. And exhale. Breathe in wholeness, wholeness. And exhale. Breathe in wisdom. Every single cell in your body knows wisdom, and exhale. And just continue to breathe in and out. It's your own rhythm. In, you are bringing in abundance, balance, beauty, joy, love, peace, power, truth, wholeness, wisdom. Each one of your breaths, as you continue from here and throughout your day and into the week, integrates the God qualities deeper and deeper and builds your faith that the goodness of God is always present for you and is an at-will energy. It simply exists within. And while you're in this beautiful, loving, calm, and restful place, I would like to read for you directly out of our book. Equally, we must not have fear for the future. I see that the future is bright with promise. It beckons me forward into a more complete realization of my own worth and my rightful place in the universe. All my tomorrows will be happy and filled with harmonious occupations. I look to the future with great and pleasurable anticipation, knowing it will expand my opportunity for radiant self-expression. I love my past and my future, and understand that they are but continuations of the one unbroken chain of life. There is no future to be afraid of, and no past to bring discord into the present. That's page 246 of the Science of Mind textbook. And so, my loves, you now carry and embody that which was always already within you, but now you have at-will access to. Faith, you are building your steps of faith and trust in this thing that we call the power and the presence of pure spirit. Makes your path gentle and easy. Breathing it in. And so I'd like to take us into prayer. Just stay in this beautiful, calm, and relaxed space. And join me in prayer. Yes, I know there is only one thing happening right here, right now, and that is the goodness of God. And I am so very grateful to know that I am one with God. Truly, every single cell of my being lights up to the truth of this knowledge, that the divine presence is present. This power and presence moves through me, in me, and as it does you. The beauty of these God qualities of love, of truth, of peace, of joy, of wholeness, they exist right within you, and you can call them forth at any moment in your demonstration of faith that they will arrive, because your good is what awaits you. My good is my God, and my God is my good. And these are words of faith that you can absolutely count on and stand upon. And how do you know this? Because the demonstrations of good in your life have been playing out your entire life and are here, right now, and have no other choice but to continue into the future of your life. The future is nothing but all of these God qualities. And with each step that you take into your life, in your family, in your home, in your community, and out into the world during the week, you are an ambassador for these God qualities. You radiate them. You know them. They are anchored in you. They are in every breath that you take. You are living the qualities of God. And it shows up in a beautiful, loving, and peaceful home, in the reassurance of the wonderful relationships that you have that are expressing their God qualities right back to you. And that your finances are so blessed because your finances are fueled by the love of this goodness, because the good work that you do goes out into the world. It's why we tithe. Tithing brings that goodness of you through every single cell in your body and out into the world, and then turns right around and gives it back to you. Home, health, family, relationships are all blessed because you are blessed. And I am blessed for knowing you, and I am blessed for knowing that these teachings continue to further and deepen themselves inside of me and inside of you, and we walk together. They say in these times that we are in this together, and that is what it means. I reflect love to you, and you reflect your love back to me, and we reflect it out into the world where two or more are gathered, and there's a lot of us here, and we are good, and we are better together. And so, my loves, I say, welcome home to yourself and to this energy. It is bright, it is beautiful, and it is wonderful. And I speak all this right into the law, because the law says yes back to all this goodness. It's going to give all this goodness right back to you. And I release this prayer into the universe, and say it with me, and so it is. And so it is, my loves. A beautiful week to you, and thank you for this opportunity to serve and to speak the word into your hearts. I thank you very much. Blessings.
Now it's time for conscious giving. If you have a gift prepared, or a gift that you will be sending in, or a gift that you've already electronically tithed, please hold that amount in your mind's eye. Hold that amount, visualize it, see it, and hold it to your heart. And join me in saying this affirmation. This gift I give is God in action. I send it forth with joy and confidence and ease. I am blessed by the law of giving and receiving. As I now share my good with life, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Join me one more time. This gift I give is God in action. I send it forth with joy and confidence and ease. I am blessed by the law of giving and receiving. As I now share my good with life, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And so it is. And if you're wondering how to give to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, you can send a check into our P.O. box. Text to give. That's what I'm using currently. It's easy to use and it's secure. Or you can donate by PayPal. If you have any questions, please reach out and call the office at 805-484-1137. Blessings.
Good morning, Grand Rising. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so grateful to be here. Now is time for our affirmation, so please join me. Today's affirmation is, faith is a knowledge within the heart beyond reach of proof. Again, faith is a knowledge within the heart beyond reach of proof. That is a beautiful affirmation by Khalil Gibran. So beautiful.
Thank you for being with us today. What a wonderful service we've had together. Let's close in singing Something Wonderful is Happening Through Me right now. It's happening through you too. And you too. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.